Parental discretion is advised.
This show is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us. Check out IWC, RWA, and more. And listeners like you, support this show at Patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect...
It is the Monday Mayhem Warriors. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter here from Quarantine Central and Sorgatron Media Studios. And you can probably tell by my hair I fell asleep during the first hour of Raw. But anyways, and also I think my t-shirt is messing with the white balance. I think I see it changing as I move. It's interesting. So also with me from Beacon, New York, he's the only Mayhemmer with a future endeavor letter for the WWE. He is Mad Mike.
Sorg, wrestling happened today.
It did.
Mm-hmm.
It was episodic. It was televised, and there were wrestles.
It was longest running.
It was long. Oh, it is always longest running and longest feeling sometimes. Geez, you know, Mike, I think I'm done with SmackDown for a while. I've been done with SmackDown for a while. I don't even bother. I'm like, oh, it's like an hour and 20 minutes on Hulu. Maybe I'll go back and watch it. No, can't bring myself to do it because I know Jeff Hardy and Sheamus that's leading to a bar fight is a thing that's happening. I'm sorry, AJ Styles. I'm sorry, Matt Riddle can't bring me into that. It's just not doing it for me. I can't do it. I kind of want to go back and get some of the AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, Drew Gulak matches from the last couple months. I'll wait till it comes on the network, I guess. I don't know. But yeah. And then I'm like sitting there like, why am I doing this to myself tonight? Like, I had a really bad day. I'm not doing okay. And I'm going to make myself watch Raw. But I don't know. Here we are.
It wasn't terrible.
No.
I mean,
and welcome to the theme of the show.
Iconics versus Ruby Riott and Bianca Belair. I literally can't ask for any more than
that's
that.
the part where I was falling asleep. But I'm just like, is Bianca and Ruby and the Iconics happening? Huh. I must be still dreaming. Okay.
Yeah, so you dreamed up a Raw that was actually happening, but you thought it was better. So that's part and parcel.
Okay. Wait. There's 2 pay-per-views this weekend? What, is TNA this weekend too? It is, isn't it?
I wouldn't know. They have me blocked from
TNA
Twitter.
Impact. That's right, Impact. Yes, I know.
They have me blocked from Twitter. I would not know.
Yeah. So karaoke happened on SmackDown. That was kind of the nail in the coffin for me. I think.
Yeah, karaoke. Which is funny because in Japanese it does mean empty orchestra, and that's basically what the performance center is. So.
Oh boy. Okay. Jeez, I can't even.
No, so the one thing that really kind of ticked me off on Raw, you have Shayna Baszler returning with R-Truth,
and really mad about the women's division, and
really mad about something.
Yes,
yet she could have pinned R-Truth and become the 24/7/11 champion.
That's the tease that pisses me off. Whoa, what happened?
That should have happened.
Yeah. I need to turn this. Okay, the D-Generation X shirt is not happening with this white balance on this camera. Apparently, I need a white card. Here. This is okay. Hold on. I'm gonna fix this. Okay, there we go. So if you just see me slowly hold this up, it's because I'm fixing the camera. Anyways, yeah, she beat up some ninjas.
Yep.
First off,
As you do. By the way, there was definitely a female ninja in there.
Was there?
Yes. Definitely.
Oh, I missed that.
I could tell by the eyes.
You could tell by the eyes.
Yeah, because they zoomed in on the ninjas behind Akira Tozawa, and I'm like, why is one of the ninjas a girl? And then it very quickly became obvious as to why.
Because we can't even. Okay, I get it. Because we're WWE and there's no such thing as intergender.
I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess unless you're Triple H.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, they're the only ones that's going to take the bullet for that. Yeah, I got pissed and then got green. That's exactly what happened. Yeah, Slammiversary is on Saturday, but I mean,
Slammiversary, that's the one where they're advertising Drake Maverick, right?
Are they serious? No, they're not.
They were at some point. They were showing like a promo video for all the people that were in TNA that got fired by WWE.
It's going to be Zack Ryder or something.
I don't think so. I think it was. I think it was supposed to be Rusev, but he has the coronavirus.
Yeah, he is down with the corona right now. There's that. So he's in
Dave, that big ninja's never coming back.
Why?
That big ninja was there to square off with Big Show, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
That's all. We're not gonna go deep with the big ninja.
Nope.
Got it.
Big Show threw him off the roof of Cobo Hall.
Yes.
That's what happened.
Exactly. No. So Shayna came out not during a women's segment to tell us how pissed she is.
And there were plenty of those women's segments.
Mm-hmm.
She could have said, "Hey, I'm a thing and I exist," but
yeah.
That kind of leads me to believe that we're not getting 2 belts Banks.
Maybe. I don't know what's going to go from there. We could be doing something different with Banks
I
afterwards.
I want 2 belts Banks.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
I think it'd be great.
I really do. I just want them to run everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want both of them to get in a triple threat match with Io, and one of them take the NXT title.
So what is it that is it because it's a different formatting because it is their pair of them? Because I had this thought today because we've had obviously there's the smash internet hit Charlotte 40 shows music video on our YouTube. So what is the difference that we're seeing Sasha and Bayley basically every show? And we're not as tired with it. Is it? What is the just devil's advocate? What is the difference, Mike?
Their characters are consistent.
Mm-hmm.
They're heels across all 3 shows.
Okay.
Like they're entertaining. Like they don't just come out and say, "I am the queen," like some monotone fucking robot.
Okay. They're interesting. They are entertaining. They're doing different stuff. They've been doing commentary.
And plus they're not always wrestling. Sometimes they're on commentary.
I'm sorry. Trigger warning to Matt Carlins in the chat room.
Yeah, and he just put that song back in my head. I'm not gonna sing it. I'm not gonna sing it, but
no, you can go to the Wrestling Mayhem Show YouTube and listen to Charlotte 40 shows, written by the tweets of Bobby F.J. Town. Anyways, so
but yeah, it's all down to character and the story. Like and plus Bayley and Sasha are very good at what they do. They're very, very good, and they're both like have had, and plus they're teasing the Bayley Sasha rift too.
Yeah, because I understand on SmackDown there was still a little bit of looking at the belt and everything too, right?
Well, there's always a little bit of that. Like it's like almost as soon as they lose the tag straps, it's gonna implode completely. Like and they're milking it. I think they're milking it to see if they can get an actual live crowd reaction, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon, unless they have it at Disney World.
No, yeah, go back to Disney MGM because that's where the people are.
Yep.
But there's that. I'm not going anywhere, man. Kennywood's open.
Oh, no.
Dude, Kennywood's open in Pittsburgh.
Oh my god.
That's such a bad idea.
That's not a good idea.
That's not a good idea.
They might as well call it COVID Wood.
Actually, somebody made the sign. That's on the Facebook yesterday.
There you go. Like,
so
I don't get it. I don't get this country.
Oh yeah, me neither. Anyways, I can't even go to your state without being tracked back, Mike. I just saw that today.
Hey, our state is getting this shit on lockdown.
Oh yeah, I think we're gonna be not too far after you. So yeah, I'm pretty sure producer Missy's looking at a 2-week quarantine when she comes back from California. So
yeah, probably.
Like or she should anyways. But just like, but anyways, Sandcastle was even worse. I was invited to a family member's place for a pool, and I was like, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think that's happening.
That's literally a cesspool.
It's like I don't think I'm not about that right now.
Like Sorg, go the route I have. Buy yourself a kiddie pool. fill it up with water.
Oh, you see, Ziggy Heim was doing that today.
Well, but Ziggy Heim is tiny. She
I know.
fits in a
Yeah,
kiddie
I think she
pool.
got like a tiny doggy.
Like I'm
pool or
pretty sure
something.
she
Yeah.
can dive in a kiddie pool.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
yeah.
for me, I just look like Homer Simpson with a donut on his belly, but it's nice.
Ziggy, what are you doing swantons in that kiddie pool?
By the way, I'm putting this out there right now. I'm happy that it looks like Warhorse is going to be getting a shot against Cody,
Yes.
but Cody is ducking Ziggy Heim and Badger.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's ducking them.
Mm-hmm.
He's ducking them. I can tell.
Needs to happen.
Yeah.
Push those campaigns.
As soon as this next Wednesday happens, I'm gonna start pushing again. I'm like, hey Cody, stop ducking Ziggy and Badger. Stop ducking them.
So I want to plug a bunch of stuff, but I'm so out of sorts right now, Mike. I don't know what stuff has been released, what has been announced, and what I worked on that hasn't been announced yet at this point.
Or time is a flat circle.
It is a flat circle, so it doesn't matter. I may have released a promo that spoiled a result of another match. I don't know. It's some time in the last month, so continuity's hard.
So Sorg, I wasn't on last week.
No, you weren't.
On the main show.
No.
And I will address the quote unquote professor, which by the way, you did not include my quote unquote, so I'm very irritated about that. So
I'm sorry.
When I wrote in my email, I put quote unquote professor. You did not include that when you read
Listen, I had a lot I was processing at that
No,
time.
I know. I got
you.
you.
Had a lot
I
of
understand.
caps. You had a lot of caps, and I had to get a lot of yelling out. Have you seen the Riz Mail for this week? It's a book. It was an hour Royal Rumble, so I still need to watch that.
Sadly, I've watched that Rumble a few times too many in the past couple months. But anyway, that's a tale for another time. Sorg, I want to talk about this eye for an eye match.
We did talk a lot about the eye for an eye match last week on the Wrestling Mayhem show.
Sorg, this pay-per-view is going to be so fucking weird.
I know. I am
like all right, first of all, there's an Extreme Rules pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I know, as of press time, there is no Extreme Rules match.
Wait a minute. Okay, there's no stated Extreme Rules match.
No.
But we do have an eye for an eye match.
Yep.
Doesn't that inherently mean that seems pretty extreme to me?
See, I don't know.
Don't get me on semantics on this, man.
I don't know. Like, they haven't announced
don't
rules.
know.
They've just announced how you win.
Wait. How do you win again?
By removing your opponent's eye.
By removing your opponent's eye.
From the socket.
From the socket.
Yes.
Last I checked, neither of these guys are an optometrist.
Okay. Fair. I'll grant you that.
Okay.
Sork, have you seen Kill Bill Volume 2?
I have at some point.
I'm just saying, I think that should be their study. I think that should be their study material.
Okay.
Because Uma Thurman, spoiler alert, plucks out the eye of El Driver.
Boy.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
The woman that says she's going to kill Bill does that. Spoiler alert.
Side note on the Extreme.
Have you ever seen a movie with a spoiler in the title?
Endgame?
Not really. Because Endgame, I feel like, is more suited to the end of Infinity War.
Yeah, it's true too. That is true too.
Honestly, those should have been reversed.
Yeah. yeah.
Yeah, and Tina's saying, I'm just saying, if Bray isn't eaten by an alligator in the swamp fight, what the fuck are we doing this match for?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly accurate.
And as I said, Tom has said on camera, Terry, you have to extract your opponent's eye.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So
even Seth Rollins said today, he's like, guys, I thought Bray was using a metaphor. Like honestly, That was the best Seth Rollins promo I've ever heard.
That was great. That was great. Just him grasping this concept that Ray was serious, and then Kevin coming out and saying, "Listen, Rey Mysterio is like the nicest, most respected guy, and you got him to do this. Like that's fucked up, dude. That's like that was great. Like
I thought it was a metaphor. Who sanctioned this?
Who sanctioned this? Okay,
I want Seth to be like, where's the anonymous GM that allowed this?
So, well, speaking of which, I got that sense when we got to this point. There's basically a half-hour episode of the Seth Rollins show in the middle of Raw, right?
As there always is.
Yeah, so it was promo into first match into second match, right? And then you ended up with like the enemies of Rollins getting all Nexus on his ass. And I'm sitting here, I'm watching, I'm just like, we really haven't had an authority figure for a while. They must have got sent home with a positive test. Because nobody is controlling this show right now. The inmates are running it. Rey Mysterio wants to pull this guy's eye out, and we're just going with it. Okay, okay, sure.
I've heard tell that there's a rumor that the finish of that match is going to be CG.
Oh man, it's going to be CG.
That's what I've heard.
You know what?
I don't know if I want CG or practical.
In my professional wrestling, I want practical effects. Okay.
So you say that, but you love the Undertaker.
What's the problem?
Lightning.
Well, wait. Those were practical effects in a lot of cases.
I guess.
Tell me when the lightning in it. Okay, like in the promos and stuff, sure. But I mean, like they have had lightning in the arena. They have had fire in the arena.
I guess that's true. They are practical effects.
I watched the Undertaker rise from his casket and die after it caught on fire. That was in like '94.
I finally heard who that was.
What?
The Undertaker that rose in the Titantron, like the silhouette.
Uh-huh.
Do you know who that was?
Who that was? It wasn't the Undertaker? What?
Sorg. I'm about to blow your mind.
Oh no. Okay? Oh no.
Okay.
Wait, let's recap. So the sequence that happens, I believe the Yokozuna beats Undertaker in his own match, the casket match.
With the help of the $1 Million Corporation.
With the help of the $1 Million Corporation. Does that include Tatanka at this point?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they wheel him towards the entrance. I believe, if I recall, and I started watching the show where this happened, and they were plugging it. I'm like, oh god, it's that show, and I didn't get that deep into the show at the time. I don't know what I was. Was it In Your House maybe or something? Survivor Series?
No, it was a Rumble.
It was a Rumble. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But this wasn't the one. He lost two different casket matches.
Oh, gotcha.
There was the one where Kane set it on fire.
Okay. That was later.
That's a different one.
That's later. This is early.
Yeah,
okay.
This is the first one.
So
it might
either way, it was a show that was leading to that. Like an In Your House or something, right?
Yeah.
So if I recall, if my child brain watching this VHS tape from the rental store in the mid '90s, it recalls correctly, lightning struck the casket. It catches on fire, and you see a visage of the Undertaker rising, which I believe was in the screen and then rose, and then it was like a projected Undertaker.
No, it was a person.
It was wait, they actually lifted a person?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Because there was also the scene where they show him in the casket and he's like this.
Yes. Anyways,
and like,
yeah.
Dong, and you hear the dong.
Yes.
And then the lightning strikes and all that stuff, and you see someone rise. Do you know who that person was that rose? Because it's basically a guy with long hair, the hat, and the coat.
Oh, jeez. Like the 90s? Who couldn't it be? Is it Crush?
No. Smaller.
Think
about it. It was a harness thing, so it had to be someone later.
Oh, okay. I'll
give you a hint. Former Intercontinental Champion.
Mr. Perfect?
Nope.
Okay.
Marty Jannetty.
No!
Marty Jannetty. I don't remember where I heard that, but Marty Jannetty.
God.
Like, I think he was doing the new rocker shtick at the time with Al Snow.
Oh no. You mean what was his name then?
Steve Cassidy.
Steve Cassidy, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
Like, oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
This was such a weird time for me because literally the only time I checked in on WWF was basically when I saw a new tape at the shelf. Like I wasn't even watching Saturday morning or Sunday morning anymore. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on right now? Who are these people? Everything happens on Raw. I don't know what's going on. I don't have cable. And then I'm just like, and then I get this VHS of Royal Rumble this year, and I'm like, who's this $1 million corporation? Why is Tatanka a bad guy? The Undertaker's dead?
In his suit?
What's that?
Why is Nikolai Volkov in his suit?
Yeah, all these. So many questions. So confused. It was such a rough time, you know. It was a time of confusion for both professional wrestling and my own body. So nothing made sense at the time.
Oh boy, time of confusion for my own body. Can that be the title of this week's show?
Sure. That's where we're at. So any other wrestling before we talk about the thing that I wanna talk about?
Let's oh, one thing I need to mention. I realize it's the horror show at Extreme Rules.
Mm-hmm. You keep hearing the horror show too?
We don't need a scream sound effect.
Oh, okay.
Did you hear that?
I'm just like, wait, what?
We don't need a screaming sound effect. We don't need the sound effect that the Green Goblin made when he was dressed as an old lady in Spider-Man 1. We don't need that sound effect.
He was dressed as an old lady, but still
that's a very specific reference.
Full costume, full gaudy costume, but lady.
I defy you to find a Willem Dafoe role where he doesn't find some way to dress as a lady.
I partially related, but not in that way. It's not one of these examples. Togo's a fantastic movie I watched 2 weekends ago.
Dick Togo?
No, not Dick Togo. The one about the dog.
By the way, our Dick Togo mentions, we spawned what happened in New Japan.
I'm still catching up. I'm like back in like mid-July trying to catch up with New Japan Cup myself.
We spawned what happened in New Japan. I saw Dick Togo was trending. I'm like, what did we do? What did we unleash on the earth?
It's all our fault.
Hashtag Dick Togo pics.
Bringing it back.
We did it. Sorg did it. We affected change in the world of coronavirus. I'm proud of us.
I don't.
So Sorg, what do you think the stipulation between Drew and Dolph is going to be? Do you think that's going to be the actual Extreme Rules match?
60-minute Iron Man match.
God.
3, 2, 1.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Oh boy! I'll just play the audio of the crowd in Pittsburgh. So
I have a real guess.
Okay.
That better not be a real fucking guess. I say right before the bell sounds, Dolph is going to grab the microphone and he says, "Drew, you wanted to know the stipulation? You want to send me a Claymore country? Well, you can't because the Claymore is banned."
Yeah, you said that before. So, but
I think it's Dolph Ziggler. He has to have the least fun with something.
Yeah. Well, maybe he's gonna say, you know, we've been talking for weeks about how I made you, and we're gonna take you back to when you got fired and all this stuff. And I figured to help me through this, I'm gonna take myself back to what made me me. Then here comes the Spirit Squad.
Or pink slip on a pole match.
Yes.
Dolph literally, he's been trying to leave the company so long. He's like, oh, I get to make the stipulation in a match where I'm going to lose anyway? Pink slip on a pole.
So, and the great part is, if we have a Spirit Squad, you can't put them in a crate and send them back to Orlando because you're already there.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Well, I mean, you can ship into FCW. It'll come back return to sender.
Oh crap.
But did you know Dolph Ziggler was going to leave WWE?
Yeah, like
if he
several times.
Yeah, like that match with the Miz where where his career was on the line.
Yeah.
He was supposed to lose. But they're like, no, you can't leave.
So wait.
Someone had gotten hurt right around that time.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, we really need you. And he was like, all right. Like, Sorg, what if it's last comic standing? He challenges him to a stand-up contest.
Holy crap. That's
Like, honestly, why not? Because there's no more of a horror show than Dolph Ziggler telling jokes for a 20-minute set.
Oh man. No, I don't care enough to know. I want to see if an alligator eats Bray. That's all I'm looking for.
Like, Dolph isn't winning.
No.
Regardless of what unless the stipulation is you lose, your name is Drew McIntyre.
I mean, Drew doesn't win the championship. Okay, you know the championship's not going to change hands if Ziggler is in the or Bray is wearing a sweater vest. Okay, that's just the rules.
Sorg, do you know that swamp match is not even a title match?
The fuck are we doing? Why are we doing this?
It's not a title match.
I'm definitely not going back to SmackDown at this point.
It's not a title match.
Jeez.
It's not for the championship.
God.
Although
indies make more sense now.
I will say, it looks like we might get New Day versus Cesaro and Nakamura in a tables match.
Fuck yeah.
Sign me the hell up for that.
Fuck yeah.
That sounds great.
What was it? I think Matt, True Prince of Pro, was tweeting. He was watching randomly, I don't know why, Extreme Rules 2016. It was like a 4-way with like Cesaro, Sami Zayn, and 2 other people. Looked fucking phenomenal. Like, geez, guys. So... Wow. Well, the other way, we're going to be doing the pay-per-view, watching the pay-per-view this weekend. We will be doing the Facebook group chat. So please be part of the Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook group so you can join us in there. It's a video chat that you can hop in, but you can hop in and mute whatever you want to do and
it's fun.
Hang out
you
with
can
us.
See what takeout I have.
Yeah, exactly. What are you eating tonight? Hello.
I think the last time I had Japanese, I might try and do that again. I don't know.
I haven't had takeout for a little bit, so might have to do something. That might be my special night. So I've had a good run of actually like cooking for myself in the last week. Now sometimes it's like let's throw a frozen pizza in, but still, it counts.
Yeah, I made some really great 100% Wagyu beef burgers tonight, Sorg.
You are more creative than I am. It's like they
were good.
Here's a bag of frozen vegetables and some frozen raviolis. Let's go.
Yeah,
that's how we're going right now.
Yeah, but if you want to see what my dinner was tonight, go to MadMike4883 on the Twitters. I posted a picture of me using the grill.
Look at the Mad Mike's food blog.
Yeah, seriously. Hey, no, seriously, these burgers are so good. I tagged the fucking makers of the burgers. I'm like,
nice.
Because I've gotten these 3 times in the past month, and they're just the best burgers I've had stateside.
Yeah.
Like, no joke, they're the best burgers I've had stateside. They're so fucking good.
I just rolled back from like buying meat. I'm just like, I'll just buy a couple of things of chicken and that's it.
Yeah. I don't blame you. I've been eating a lot of chicken too, but like I saw them, I'm like, I'm good. # treat yourself.
There's some like chicken with like that's already like in cilantro that I'm getting from Aldi's lately, and there's one that was like a fajita good stuff.
Nice.
Good stuff. I can't fuck it up. Mike, I watched something else that was also episodic but had an end.
Sorg, what'd you watch?
I watched Clone Wars. Like all of them. Like I think I was about mid-season 4 as of like Friday.
Oh wow! Okay, so you rolled deep on Clone Wars.
I rolled deep on Clone Wars. I was
all right.
Yeah. That was my weekend. I'm like, I need something to take my mind off shit. I'm gonna watch all of the Clone War. So, holy shit! I was really excited that I was introduced to the Bad Bunch yesterday, and today that there was a announcement that there will be a Bad Bunch show. By the way, when you watch that last season of Clone Wars, other than the last 4 episodes, which is obviously a parallel movie to episode 3, basically Ahsoka's side of what happens during episode 3, right?
Yep.
I'll just put it there. Do you feel like the other 2 arcs of that series were just backdoor pilots for what we're doing next on Disney Plus? Because yay, Bad Bunch. Bad Bunch is like this. Like
Bad Bunch is great. I want Lizzo to be part of the Bad Bunch.
Yes. What?
Yeah.
Lizzo?
Yeah, because as soon as they announced Bad Bunch, someone changed it to Bad Bitch, and I'm like, I want Lizzo in the galaxy.
There you go.
Because why Jedi great till they gotta be great, Sorg?
I don't know. I don't know what we're doing right now. But also the sisters in between.
And on the Geonosian Vikings.
What the fuck is happening right now?
I don't know, Sorg. It's been a day.
I
worked 16 hours on Friday and 10 hours today, Sorg. I'm a little tired.
But that end, my God, that end. Like, it was, spoiler alert, we are with basically Ahsoka while Order 66 is happening.
Execute Order 66.
Yeah. And we end with, like, Vader finding her lightsaber. And it's just, and
Commander Rex, like, being de-brainwashed.
Yes.
So he doesn't have to carry out Order 66.
How far are you in Rebels? Are you that far in Rebels yet? That everybody starts popping back up? Okay. Because I saw that. That's when I'm like, I got to stop watching Rebels and I need to finish Clone Wars.
Oh, you started watching... Sorg.
No, because I never finished Clone Wars. And then we got to the part with Rebels where all the clones started popping up. And I'm like, I need to get some shit caught up. So... I think I may rewatch those episodes with the clones, actually.
They're good episodes.
They're very, very good episodes.
Because I'm like more than midway through season 2 of Rebels now. And
yeah, me too.
The Ahsoka's come back into it, the clones are back into it, and a certain someone is in Rebels who was not in Clone Wars, but was in A New Hope.
Trying to remember who we're talking about.
She'd be a little younger.
Oh, she does. Yeah, no. I remember seeing her too. Yeah.
Okay. So Leia's in it.
Yeah. We're not worried about spoiling you guys. We're worried about spoiling me, apparently.
Yeah. Fuck you guys. You don't listen to what we say once we're done with the wrestling anyway.
Yeah, everybody went away. Everybody went to bed.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nobody's listening.
Tina's talking about chicken thighs. Like, yeah. It sounds delicious.
It's the back of the book. Nobody's paying attention.
We are the monster at the end of this podcast.
Anyways.
So Sorg, I was also listening to an audiobook this weekend.
Okay.
I am re-listening to the Percey Jackson series.
Okay.
Sorg, it's really good.
I'm not familiar. Should I watch the movie?
Okay, so...
Oh, here we go.
I saw the movies before I read the books.
Wait, there's more than one movie?
There are 2 movies. They're both on Disney Plus.
Okay.
I saw the movies before I read the books. The movies are absolutely fine as movies. They're absolutely fine as movies. Logan Lerman is a delight. He plays Percey Jackson. Alexandra Daddario is in it. She is lovely as Annabeth. Basically, the first movie has a real top tier cast. Everyone's great in it. Michelle Pfeiffer's fucking in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to tell you who she plays because it is a spoiler. There's a lot of people in it. It's really fun. The second movie, they didn't have as big of a budget, so they had to replace some of the actors.
The Narnia problem.
Yeah, for the teachers and stuff. But it's still perfectly fine movie.
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Then I read the books. and those movies suck. Comparatively.
Yeah.
Comparatively. In the books, Percy Jackson starts off as an 11-year-old or a 12-year-old, very akin to Harry Potter.
Okay.
In the movies, he's like 16 and full of hormones. So it's a little bit different kind of a journey based off of all that. They eliminated some characters from the first book only to bring them back in the second movie. Yeah, it's weird. Like, they didn't. You know how, like, a lot of people say the first Harry Potter movie is too close to the book to really be like an adaptation?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Percy Jackson didn't do that, so they took a lot more liberties. And like I said, the movie, if you haven't read the books, perfectly fine. The movies are great. They're fun to watch. They're very entertaining, but you will probably hate the movies after you've read the books. So I'd say watch the movies. They're good.
I'm
They're
never
fun.
getting into the books. Let's be honest about it. I'm actually considering if I get myself if I get the all clear this week and I'm allowed to go places. I wanted to go like sit in a park somewhere and read Ready Player 2. So Ready Player 1.
Out already?
Ready Player 1. Ready Player 1. Sorry, I screwed that up.
I was gonna say because they announced the sequel.
I started it and I didn't get very far.
Wait.
Just books, man. Books just don't fit into my life
just
right
get
now.
the audiobook. It's read by Will Wheaton.
The audiobooks are even worse for me.
Really?
Yes. If I cannot do narrative audiobooks because I have to be doing something while I'm listening, and that doesn't work for narrative. But I've listened to a lot of nonfiction stuff, nonfiction stuff. Like a lot of business books and stuff that helped me, and those kinds of books, social media books, things like that. Like that's all I can do in audiobooks, really. I even had a problem listening to although the autobiography books I listened to were like the Stone Cold Steve Austin and the Hulk Hogan ones on Audible, and they were not good. They were not great to hear them tell their story.
They were not good books in general.
No, they weren't. And they were like super abridged. It was weird. What was I going to bring up? Old Guard on Netflix. Watch that. I recommend it.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that. Kevin Smith was talking about it.
Yeah, I was listening to the thing today, and they were starting to interview him actually. The guy did it because it's so went into it not knowing it was a comic book movie. You wouldn't know. You really wouldn't know until you start looking things up and somebody say da da da. It was and
it's like when you hear Road to Perdition is a comic book movie.
Exactly. But even more so, it just felt like it was like, oh, this is gonna be another. We're gonna shoot people up in the Middle East Netflix movie because I feel like there's a theme there. There's a lot of those it seems. But then it goes like somewhere else. And the first headline I see while I'm watching is first superhero movie directed by a black female. So yes. But also big connection to make it awesome is the original book creator of the comic book wrote the screenplay which zero happens at all. Had no idea how the comic book went, and he had some admitted changes to it for the movie and everything, but it was Charlize Theron.
I don't know why that doesn't happen more.
Hollywood is why it doesn't happen more.
Well, yeah, but you would think that with at least like a co-writing credit. You know what I mean? Like at least something.
You have. I mean, you've always had like Frank Miller was involved with RoboCop 2, right? Like I guess he was more he was a writer, and then he got kind of sidestepped, and they released a comic book kind of based on his version of the screenplay before it got changed. So I don't know. Anyways, so Old Guard, it's on Netflix. Definitely check that out. And the Tom Hanks movie was pretty good too. The
look at me, I'm the captain now.
What?
Like he's the captain of the submarine.
He is. No, it's not a submarine. It's a battleship, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And
it's one of those little pieces from the board game that you sink.
Yes. But no, it was very good. It's only an hour and a half, and it's during World War II when they're taking convoys over the Atlantic, and they're getting hunted by subs. It's very good. It's very good. And Tom Hanks is right. I do wish I would have seen it in the Dolby Theater, because that would have been phenomenal. But still a very good movie and worthwhile. So
Okay.
there's our weekly recommendations that have nothing to do with wrestling section of the show.
Oh, and also watch Doctor Who. It's on HBO Max.
It is.
Because Sorg. So I was watching the first David Tennant episode, as I do, and I there was a gag in there that I completely forgot about, and it was what sold me immediately on David Tennant.
Was it the part about the hand? Was that when that happened?
Nope, it's actually right before that.
Okay.
That's a great part too.
Yeah.
That whole fight scene is a great part. But it's when David Tennant is trying to justify the promise of the human race, and it's when he says something like, when they first stepped here on this planet, and stepping into the sun, there's more to see than can ever be seen. And then he stops. He's like, no, wait, that's the Lion King. The point still stands. He used the opening of Circle of Life to define the worth of the human race. I was like, oh, okay, we're fine here. Because anyone who follows me on Facebook, I've been doing this 30-day TV challenge thing where you really have to like think of, they ask you 30 different questions and like all different answers. Like one of them was, what show were you initially hesitant on but grew to love? And I couldn't think of a show where I've really done that, because like I'm quick to cut off shows if I'm not into it. And I said that with Doctor Who, because every time there's a new Doctor, there's always that lull. There's always a little bit of time before you can compartmentalize the feelings of your previous Doctor and you accept the new Doctor as the Doctor. Sometimes it takes a little longer. Sometimes it takes a whole season. Hi, Pierre Capaldi. Sometimes it takes half an episode. Hi, David Tennant. Like, but it always happens because the Doctor is the same character. It's just they have different idiosyncrasies and, all sorts of that stuff. And actually, the female Doctor is great. The 13th Doctor, she's fantastic. I don't much care for her companions, but the female Doctor is great. She's fine. She's fun. So, yeah.
I keep getting confused, and it's because it's been so long. I keep thinking the one girl from Legends of Tomorrow is one of his old companions. I know she's played multiple characters at this point. But I know I'm wrong. But especially when she goes British accent, when she becomes a shapeshifter.
Wait, who are you? No, that's not Martha Jones.
No, I know it's not.
Okay. Because I was going to say, there is a former companion that's on Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know there is.
I was going to say...
And it'd been so long.
Turns into the Doctor, basically.
And it had been so long, and when she started doing the British accent, she reminded me of her. So, but I never went back to like.
Oh yeah, no, that's not
imprint, I guess. So, and also there is another companion in there. So, and the show is basically Doctor Who. It's basically more
like the first season is almost literally Doctor Who with Rory as the Doctor. Like that's not a joke. It's not. I'm like, oh look, he finally ascended.
There are episodes where they basically do a Doctor Who episode.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
There's a lot of them.
It's fantastic. And they're not unapologetically said, "This is a Doctor Who episode." Here we go. Yeah. No, that's great. It's fantastic.
Dinosaurs on a spaceship. Like, would it shock me if that was in the next season of Legends? No, it would not.
No. Ah, jeez.
I need to watch the new season.
Why did this stick in my head? But because unicorns are part of Legends of Tomorrow, but I'm playing some more of Assassin's Creed Origin, which happens in Egypt, and your faithful steed is a camel.
Of course.
You whistle and you
Watch
call
out,
it.
they spit.
And yeah, and I got a little thing. I'm looking in the store, and that's where you actually pay money for things. And you can change your steed to a unicorn.
Don't you think that would draw a little attention?
There's a lot of weird shit in ancient Egypt, apparently. So just
okay,
yeah.
fair. Because I was led to believe Assassin's Creed is mostly about stealth, but if you can ride a unicorn, okay.
You're in stealth mode, but then you wear like a cloak that is complete. Like some of the outfits they give her is like, this thing sticks out anywhere. It doesn't matter. Anyways, that's enough of that. Okay, all right. What are we doing? What are we even doing right now?
Wrestling.
Okay. Real plugs. First promos up. Prospect Pro Wrestling. This is where it's going to get fun. I think this is the last new team of the Quarantine Challenge on Prospect Pro Wrestling. It is Tyler Klein and Super Hentai.
Excellent.
They do not have a team name as of their first match. But that match will be.
Vote on one in the chat.
What's that? Yeah. If people want to give
like honestly, they should just be called Quarantine.
No, because it's the Quarantine Challenge. It's the tournament.
I know, but Sorg, if you name yourself after the tournament, you're gonna win.
And then also this week, or just dropped tonight.
Think to the head.
The pre-fight night interview with Ronnie Nicole and Scarlett. Go check it out. How did you do a pre-interview with Scarlett? Find out. You know, spoiler alert, I get yelled at a lot. I don't know how I got worked into this thing, but go check that out over Fight Underground as well. Prospect Pro Wrestling. So that match for Fight Underground will be Tuesday night at 8 p.m. And then Wednesday night at 10 p.m. will be another match for Prospect Pro Wrestling. I can't remember off the top of my head which one that is. Nope, can't remember. So go check all that out. But it's there on their Facebook page. I edited matches for next week today, so I don't want to accidentally spoil something. But go check all that stuff out. Fight Underground, Prospect Pro Wrestling, IndieWrestling.us. We fixed the Twitter. It's up again. Thank you, Twitter, for making me verify everything and then not letting me verify things. And we will be back. So Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we will have Tatiana Rose and Tony Kincaid will be returning as they are both part of Top Rope Tabletop, which will be premiering on the IndieWrestling.us streaming channels. So that is going to be a live role-playing Dungeons & Dragons with those two, as well as Keith Hott, as well as Justin Idol, One Cool Cat, and Brohemoth. So looking for...
That's an interesting guild. Yeah, okay.
There were
okay. I don't know much about Dungeons and Dragons, but I can see all of them in cosplay. And ironically, Brohemoth in a suit.
In a suit? You want Brohemoth in a suit?
Sorg, isn't everything better in a suit?
Yeah, that's true too.
In terms of wrestling,
I bet Brohemoth would kill a suit. If we go all business Brohemoth.
See, we even got ABB.
All business Brohemoth. There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Right there.
Mad Mike 483 on the Twitters.
I don't know what I want to plug. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna plug. Wear a fucking mask.
Yes.
Over
please.
your nose.
Yes.
Over your nose, fuckers. Like, wear a mask.
Yes.
Because you don't want to be a fucking moron.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes. A little too close to the COVID issue this week, some close calls. So please, I do encourage you to wear a mask, be safe, be responsible out there, and you know, be safe. Be safe, everybody. Just be safe. Listen to your podcasts. Watch Ryan Nicole knock my camera out of my hand as I look down again at that video. And wrestling will be there, and we will still gather digitally to celebrate it. Guys, we'll see you guys next time.
We'll watch Extreme Rules. The eyes have it.
There you go. Guys. We'll see you guys next time. Mayhem out.
Bye.